All right, this is week number 14 of the cut. And I just want to kind of say, if you've been watching this far, I really do appreciate you. It's a journey, it's long, but I want to document it so that other people can be helped in their journey. So when I was on week 13, we talked about we're in the finish line. This is week 13 review. Week 13, I was like at 179. That's the pounds, right? That's what I was at. And I started realizing that this is the part where it starts to look more defined, and things are starting to, little bit by little bit, it's actually really adding up when it comes to like how much the pounds are coming off. So the next week, this is week number 14 review recap. What I'm doing now is I'm right now currently at 177, and I'm trying to get down to 170. Right, this is the goal. This is the ultimate goal I want to get to. I'm probably gonna be there by June 10th or somewhere up in there. That's the goal I reach, and it should look totally different than where it is right now. And how I'm reaching these goals, easy. This is one of the best things I'm doing is I'm having a balanced diet or balanced meals, you should say. Prioritize protein first, and that's what's actually helping me. Helping me stay fuller, longer. And the reason why is because the calories that I eat in a day are roughly anywhere from 1,500 to 1,700, and majority of this is coming from the protein that I eat. And I'm eating about 200 grams of protein, and here if you didn't know what I was eating, I'm eating 4 eggs, 2 cups of egg whites. I know that's a lot, but I like eggs. And I'm eating 2 turkey bacon, and this is my breakfast right there, right there. And then the what I'm eating also is I don't have lunch in there. Dinner I'm having. Put dinner here so you kind of know. Is in dinner I'm actually having 6 to 7 drum sticks, and these are air fried. And then I have, because I like asparagus, I have about 30 asparagus with that. And this alone right here is about, usually I go aim for 7, depends if I'm still hungry or not. I have 7. And that really helps a whole lot with the fat loss. It's a high protein diet, but low calorie diet, and it still has everything I need in there to be successful. And me being trying to make the fat loss, right? I know the deficit is pretty high. My maintenance is roughly probably about 24 to 2,700. That's what the amount of calories I have to maintain for me to be, but maintain my weight. So you can see it's about 1,000 calorie deficit. That's why it's very important that you know what your maintenance is. If you don't know what it is, then what you can do is eat some. That's why you want to eat similar meals, which you do have, so you can calculate that, right? And that's what I'm talking about in these videos, right? Because I've been eating the same meals. Consistency is really going to get you there, and that's true. Because if you're consistent with your meals, then everything else is going to be consistent too. And this is another thing I realized. The times when you are hungry is more than likely you're probably thirsty. So the signals that your body sends, you got to realize what they are. And a lot of times at night, I thought I was hungry. I was actually just thirsty. That means I was dehydrated. So that's why I drink at least, if I'm going to drink water, I need at least 6 water bottles. At least 6. And sometimes I'll do 8. And when you think about that, so it's 6 to 8 between that. And that's usually a little bit over a liter or two. So somewhere up in there, it's in between like a half a liter or 2 liters, somewhere up in there. But that's enough to keep me hydrated. These are 3 things that I learned in this week. Is that rest is very important. That's one. And then the second thing is the protein amount matters. And then the recovery, right? Your recovery matters too. So rest and recovery kind of go together, but I realized that it was very, very opening. I was tired and I didn't recover properly. I mean, you have to eat enough protein to be able to recover because this is the building blocks. This is your building blocks. You need this. So when you go to sleep, the recovery started to have. It's gotta have this in order to recover. And your rest is what you need, right? When I mean rest, I mean having an adequate amount of rest days from not just going all day at the gym. You have to rest. Your body has to rebuild. So I have 3 days of rest, and I work 4 days, at the gym. So that's my setup that I do, and I've been consistent with it. And I try to make sure that I'm doing the exact same thing because the results are proven it's happening. Like I said, I went from a size 42 pants. That is pretty big, right? Down to, right now I'm currently at a size 30 pants. That is a huge gap. Big gap right there. So, I hope this is encouraging and let you know that you can do it. If I was able to do it, then you can do it. I was probably one of the people that was kind of lazy, and I asked God for discipline, and He gave it to me. So when all else fails and you can't figure out what's the problem, this is what you need to do. It's so simple, but yet people don't want to do it. It's prayer. That's what it's going to take for you to get there. You got to realize that God created you and that you need Him. He's just waiting for you to come to Him. He already knows everything. He's omnipresent. He knows. So it's like He told Peter, He said, "You deny me before the rooster crows 3 times." You know what that tells you? A lot of people overlook that. They say, "Oh, Peter did this." He told him his future before he even saw it. That means He already knows what you're going to do before you do it. So why not do yourself a favor and start trusting the process and start believing what God told you He was going to do for you, because you're going to get there. Just like I'm going to get there, and so will you. If you like content like this and you want to learn more about your fitness journey and you want to learn more about minds, then follow me. It's SculptedByFaith 86 on all platforms. The only platform I don't have is Facebook, but everything else, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, that's where I'm on. I do lives on TikTok where I talk about on the treadmill. I talk about stuff that I have done that help. And I do longer videos on YouTube because people stay tuned, right? So if you want that angular shape in your face, you want your chest to be 3D, you want your arms to be big, and you also want to be respected in your community and in your family, then be that man you're called to be. And if you're a woman, then be that support role that we actually need, that peace that we want when we come home. Because both parties are needed, and that's why 2 becomes 1, right? So be that other party that we can count on. And fellas, be that supporting role that can help her grow in her fitness and her walk, right? Because together, you guys are better than separate. So until next time, you know how I do it. If you want to subscribe to this channel, go ahead, because I'm going to come back with week 15 and we're going to be talking about that. There's some of the struggles and challenges I had. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some, but I'm always an overcomer, because Jesus Christ paid the price for us on the cross so we can overcome anything. Until next time, I'll see you. Peace.